Hello and welcome back to another speed build. My name's Jess and today we're building on a 20 by 20 lot in Windenburg. This is sort of a modern Scandinavian cabin. You'll see a little later how that turns out and kind of where the influence comes in with this build. But this build was a little bit outside of my comfort zone because usually when I'm doing Scandinavian style builds, I usually gravitate towards light wood and white as like the color palette, but in this one you can see I'm doing a black and tan color palette, and that actually was really fun to do something a little bit outside of my comfort zone, and I was able to use some items that like normally I wouldn't be able to use with kind of my comfort color palette that I usually use. So I had a lot of fun with this. You can see I'm finishing up the landscaping, and I did struggle a bit with the landscaping as always. I really liked how the rocks looked. I think these rocks from Get Together almost look alpha. They're so detailed, which was pretty cool, and I think it makes this build look pretty awesome. But once I got to the plants, I struggled a lot with where to put them. I wanted to make this really look like it's suited the world of Windenburg, so I only used plants from Get Together. But yeah, I don't know. I struggled a little bit, and I did a bunch of like trial off camera, and this is what I ended up with, and I'm still happy with it, but there's just, you know, when you get the feeling that there's just something off. I have that feeling with this landscaping, and I just can't figure it out. But anyways, I am still happy with how this build came out, and I still really love the landscaping that I was able to do in terms of like it setting into the world. I think it looks nice in that way. So I'll give myself props in that department. So you can see I'm starting in on the exterior, and I wanted to have a nice little entryway moment. So I went ahead and used the different cubbies from Dream Home Decorator. And I always think that looks nice for an entryway, just as something a little different from the kind of standard coat rack that is really easy to always use in the entryway because it looks so nice. But I went ahead and went with that, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. And in the kitchen, I wanted to keep it pretty minimal. Again, this Scandinavian kind of style, so I wanted that really minimal feel and I didn't want to clutter things up too much. So I went ahead and just did, as you can see, a few clutter objects. But one of the things I love about this build is having the freestanding fireplace kind of in the middle of everything. And I went ahead and used that debug fence post to make it look like it's sort of the extended chimney, that it goes all the way to the ceiling. And I think that ended up working really nicely. So you can see I'm just working on the outside, and again, I kept it really simple. I really like the idea of rocking chairs, like in a cabin in the woods, so I always end up using them, but that's definitely, feel free to change that up. I think there's definitely space for a barbecue if that's what you would rather have outside. So you can see I'm working now on the loft area, and that debug fence piece from City Living, I love it for more modern style, like a more modern style fence. And I think it easily made the top of this build look how I wanted it to. But with that, we're actually coming to the end of the build. So thank you so much for watching today. I hope you are having a great day. You can download this at the gallery. My origin ID is SimmeredJess. Thanks so much. Bye.